Hi, I'm Barbara Ann Michaels, Jester of the Peace, and welcome to Humorville. Humorville is the town for humor for wellness for teams and for communities. So, in business, sometimes people are overly serious and they want to say the right thing, they're super sincere. However, ultimately, we want to work with people who feel like friends. And so, what are some of those qualities of friendship? Uh, Joyfulness, shared language, a feeling of commitment and safety, a feeling of growing together and happiness. So, how do we create that at work? I am Barbara Ann Michaels, Jester of the Peace. As I said, humor is human. That's one of my mottos. And I've been a trainer on body language and humor. I've been a performance artist. I've been an educator. I've been a keynote speaker for most of the last 30 years. I'm also an ambassador for the Global Play Brigade, which is people all over the world who are using play and joy to make all kinds of communities better, including business communities. So, a fulfilling life, the definition of a fulfilling life is we find our gifts, we give our gifts, and we are appreciated for our gifts in our lifetime. That's on the personal side. And those things also apply at work. If we find out what our strengths are at work, if we feel like we're contributing, if we're appreciated by others in our team, then we have this feeling of I am known here. I'm home here. I grow here. This is a place I belong. And so having a good community is good for business. And I call it living your gifts. Beyond just giving your gifts, it's living your gifts. So, what's the secret sauce? The secret sauce on creating experiences from a team bonding perspective that are going to have many different kinds of people on the team lean in is that they're funny, they're familiar, and they're super simple. Here's some examples of that. So when you put all of my experiences together, they make a town for humor for wellness. In the post office, we write letters to clear our hearts, to share encouragement, to send positivity. And that's really about internal dynamics and how are we with our relationships that we have. In the voting booth, we vote for ourselves to be president of whatever we want, whether we're president of the office picnic or president of sales or president of lifting other people's good moods, which is a super important presidency in an office setting. What that's really about is what do I stand for at work? What are my priorities? What am I here? Where's my leadership? In the phone company, you can call up and hear words of encouragement from an anonymous person somewhere in the company, or leave your own, which is about creating a team culture of encouragement. I've got holidays to be celebrated by the team as a whole, which are funny. One of them is um, U-turn day, where just today, that thing that you don't like when you do it, don't do it today. You can always do it again tomorrow. Another one is Future Fortune Day, which is count your blessings that haven't arrived yet, or count your good wishes, or count your successes while they're on their way, because it's very important, especially on a work journey, to celebrate all steps together. And so when you put all this together, we're addressing cultural shift. We can create culture on purpose. So the storytelling project where we share tales from our lives that were hard then that are funny now, that's a culture of innovation, because when people hear other people's funny stories that were hard at the time, we feel like we can take more positive risk. Marry yourself is the culture of commitment. What am I devoted to? For example, someone could marry their creativity, or they could marry their sense of positive risk from the culture of innovation, or someone could marry their sense of contribution, whatever it is. And that's either going to be something that someone took on from then until now. It's like, wow, I earned this, I'm going to celebrate it. Or it could be something from here forward. And from here on out, I am committed to acting with clarity, or whatever it's going to be. And as I shared, the I Vote For You is that culture of leadership and a culture of appreciation at the Love Letter Lounge post office. And there are other corporate priorities and business priorities, team priorities that communities have, and we can apply aspects of the town to all of the priorities of the workplace that we're in. So these are some of the things that people have been saying over the years. One of my favorite ones is, I have been better inspiring and creating community, which is what these projects are all about. And these are some of the groups I've worked with. I work with cultural groups, I work with conferences, I speak at conferences, I work with corporate and academic groups. I've also been in a ton of community festivals. So that corporate picnic, I've got you. And ultimately, what we're going here for is we start off in a certain state, maybe a state of habit, a state of familiarity where we might feel partially engaged and partially disengaged. And being seen, heard, and celebrated together as a team, which is what these projects are all about, take us from no way to what to maybe to yeah to oh yeah. And when we're at oh yes together as a team, then we've got the strength to go through the ups and downs. Because it's not like having a great program means there's never going to be ups and downs. It means that we have greater resilience and we celebrate the steps along the way and we celebrate each other and we're in a culture of growing. That's what's really going to have any team of people thrive. And so what there is to say is thank you for playing. And this is how to contact me at jesterofthepiece.com. And here's my email and my phone number. And it's a pleasure to play with you. Thank you from Barbara Ann Michaels, Jester of the Piece.